Welcome to the Not Nerd. I can't even think. Not Nerd Podcast. I'm Nate Heath, and we're here to help you tech better. Here with me, as always, Mr. Dave Baylor with the surprise Christmas intro.
Happy holidays!
Woo!
Happy holidays! Joy to the podcast. So yeah, I had to recreate that little gem, so I added some
Yes, we've had
flourish.
the one in years past, and we desperately were searching for the song file, but you just created another one because that's what you do, and
That's
it
what I do.
was quite lovely as we get to mid-December. We're a mere 14 days
Are you
away from
kidding me?
Christmas.
I better
We're
get
on
some
the
Christmas presents
fifth night
purchased.
of Hanukkah.
Okay, I believe you.
21 days away from New Year's, Kwanzaa somewhere in there,
Hmm,
Boxing
the
Day, we've got
Boxing
it
Day.
all. The holidays are here.
They are upon us.
Yes. And you would think with the holidays quickly approaching that this is usually a slower time for tech news, but no. Not these days. It just keeps on rolling. So we have
Uh,
plenty
uh, uh, uh,
to talk
uh.
about. But first of all, speaking of the holidays, I've got a brand new
Oh,
trucker cap.
yes,
First
you
time
do.
on my head. If I get my eyes out, we have Dabbing Santa
That's
because,
amazing.
Dabbing Santa, and which is always a great reminder. Tune in on YouTube so you can see what's going on and
Hmm.
see Dave doing his dab,
Yes,
not the herbal dabbing, the dance move dabbing.
I don't even know what that is. And
Yes,
this week, Nate, pardon me, I'm a little thirsty,
a little
so I'm going to
parched.
enjoy some of the holiday eggnog with
Oh,
alcohol. Here we go.
ooh, oh my! This
This
is
is
going to be a fun one,
this is
people.
from Costco, and I'm featuring okay, my camera does not like this. There
No,
we go.
there you
It's
go.
Eskimo Joe's in
Wow.
Stillwater, Oklahoma. Have you ever been?
I have not never been to Oklahoma.
Have you been to Eskimo Joe's?
I have not been to Eskimo Joe's either.
Well, I think it might be a one of a kind type thing anyway.
I,
But
I, I had that feeling, which Eskimos in Oklahoma,
yeah,
hey,
Eskimo Joe's. So there it
uh,
is.
may
Happy
I ask
holidays.
what brand the eggnog is?
Oh, it's
It was from
Kirkland
Costco.
brand. If you go to
Kirkland brand,
Costco,
okay.
it's Kirkland brand, and uh, they're getting around the hard alcohol stuff.
Yes,
Everything's
yes.
wine based.
Oh,
So they must
yes,
distill the wine down to like 100 proof alcohol.
yes.
It's
On
weird.
this week in liqueurs, there
Yes.
are some weird rules around that because, like we were talking about last
Oh,
week off air.
I should I
Oh,
should switch back to this as everybody
no, just you drinking eggnog.
watch, watching me listen to you.
There are some things, and there's wine-based things now you can buy at mini marts, like the Fireball cinnamon whiskey. You can buy at mini marts, but it's like a
Okay.
wine-based thing.
What? It's just
I would
it's all the
advise you
same
stay away
stuff.
from it, but
It's just
um,
alcohol. I don't
yes, I
understand.
prefer when it comes to eggnog, which is a reminder I need to go to my local liquor store here in Oregon, which is the only place to buy actual liquor.
Mm.
And Evan Williams brand
What's
is
that?
I'm Evan
No,
Williams.
liquor. I heard.
I-
Never mind.
Oh,
Go
we're
on.
going to get back to that. We're going to get back to that in the later article title that I found
Okay.
for that. And yeah, I was just checking in here. Well, now that we've got all of that out of the way and we're 1 hour into the show,
Hmm.
let us get into some follow up. Okay, we've got some AI news. And
Oh,
it's we've just passed, I don't know if we talked about it, we've just passed a year since ChatGPT was announced. It was, I
okay.
believe, last November, and the past year has just been an AI wonderland. But Google had kind of a presentation event for their new Gemini AI, and
Hmm.
I saw everybody, they had this video that you can go watch where they were showcasing, like you could hold a picture in front of it and it'd figure out what it was and do all these different things.
Oh.
And everybody's like, oh, Chat GPT is done. Google has done it. Jason Calacanis, one of our uh,
You love to hate him.
yes, love to hate him. He was like, I just bought a huge amount of stock in Google
Oh
after
boy,
this announcement
that
because
guy.
they're killing it. Well, it turns out that little video, there's some footnotes that they kind of embellished on
I
some of the
see.
things that were done. That some of the audio stuff they sped up, or they gave it some different prompts off screen to be able to show in the video. So it's a 6-minute video showing off Gemini, their multimodal AI model. And we're capturing footage, so you could draw a duck, and it would uh, tell
Yeah.
you information about ducks. Well, it turns out it's not quite all as it seems, which you might remember it was like 3.5 years ago at Google. What's their big Google I/O? I was going
Mm-hmm.
to say Google AI. Google I/O, their big developer conference. They're like, we've got this new service where you'll just have Google call the hair salon and make your hair appointment for you with AI, and it'll be
Right. I remember
wonderful.
that.
Or 4 years ago when they announced, oh, in Google Photos you'll just be able to remove fences at your kids baseball game, their t-ball game, and do all these magical things. Some of that they've released. So it's kind of interesting with Google. They make some pretty outlandish claims that don't seem like they're ready to go.
Hmm.
And it seems like that's kind of the case with this Gemini. Like you could play rock paper scissors with it and all this different stuff. But yeah, it's
When's it gonna
not
like do something?
quite
It's
what it
just this
seemed.
dude drawing stuff on this video.
Yes, yeah, it does have some text on the right is what Gemini is supposed to be.
Oh, I see. They're both
Yes, like
examples of popular toys that have been enjoyed by children. Oh, what's this? Yarn, I bet. Is it gonna say yarn? I see pink and green yarn. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and
Wow.
then it like tells you what you can do, but it
I don't believe it.
sadly does not seem to be quite there yet. But the AI stuff does keep moving, and also from Google, an exciting element of AI. Gmail's AI powered spam detection is its biggest security upgrade in years.
Hmm.
So, with this, they, I believe, purchased a company and integrated some tools where it'll actually analyze things because, we still get a lot of spam and a lot of stuff comes through. But this is apparently going to do a lot better job of actually figuring out what is spam, what you shouldn't be seeing. Gmail's already really great at that.
It
They do a
is.
good job,
And I
but
keep
it's
trying to
going to
get
get
my
even better.
wife to switch away from Yahoo
Oh,
because she keeps
yes.
complaining about all the junk. And I'm like, just switch to
Yes.
the other service and we'll be fine.
Yes. And a pro tip,
Oh,
every once in a while, when you're in your Gmail account, just do a little scrolling through that spam folder because um, just even like some promotional emails, which are kind of spammy, but they're from companies that I want to actually see emails from. They'll get put into the spam folder. So then I mark them not as spam. So I'll start seeing those again. Some of the
hmm.
stuff that I don't look at it every time, it starts to think, oh, you don't want to see this, and puts it in spam. Or other people out in the ether are marking it as spam, and then you don't get to see it. So it is a good reminder to go look in there every once in a while and see if there's anything that you do care about in your Gmail spam folder.
Well, I will tell you, even from my work account, if it is an unsolicited email from a good or service that I don't care about at all, that just they found it. It's like, hey, do you need IT consulting services or whatever? I just mark it as spam. It's like, I didn't ask you to
Yeah,
send me an email.
no.
I don't know how you got my
Yeah,
email
the
address.
unsolicited emails. I do a lot of email marketing with my clients, but unsolicited
Yeah.
emails, it's like,
So it's not, it is spam in a sense, but it's a real guy with a real company. And I'm like,
yeah,
I didn't give
yeah.
you
It's
permission.
like,
Sorry.
no, I don't want to hear your pitch. Yes, I
Right.
get a lot of those, and I should start marking more of them as spam. And not to be left out,
Mm-hmm.
with Google making their announcements, Facebook has announced their
Oh boy.
AI image generator trained on your Facebook and Instagram photos.
Don't like.
So I'm guessing I was playing around with it a little bit. I signed into it, and it's interesting. It actually, I had never signed up for a Meta Quest account because I don't have Meta Quest VR goggles.
Hmm.
And through the process to get to the, I believe it's imagine.meta.com, you needed to add the Meta Quest, like their VR account, to be able to do the image generation. But I
Weird.
created some images of, um, I was just like, what would Isla like? Oh, a guinea pig superhero in a rainbow forest. And it came up with some pretty good things. I mean, not any different than the other services, but so this was trained on public photos from Facebook and Instagram. And so I should try create a guy wearing drone goggles and see if your picture
Mm.
comes up, Dave, from all the times we've used that.
I'm a,
Uh,
I'm just curious what the MetaQuest VR headset has to do with this at all.
yeah, yeah, I don't,
I think it's
it's,
the what there probably is something in the terms of services or whatever it says you're allowing Facebook to use every image you've ever taken with anything, or if you're wearing them with no clothes and look at a mirror, we can see
yeah,
and use that image of whatever. Um, yeah, my guess it's just a trick to get you to sign up to give them more data. But
yes,
anyway,
yes,
weird,
it
weird.
probably is, but I tried it out and it is another one of these free image generators. And
Hmm.
remember, when the product is free, you and your data are the product. So,
And how?
and how? Uh, so, previous pick of the week, I believe,
Yeah.
Filmic Pro, which was up until about a month ago, the best professional video recording app
Hmm.
for iOS and iPad. Gave you a lot of professional tools, a lot of controls in there. Well, a while ago, they were purchased by a company called Bending Spoons, which more on them in a moment. But Bending Spoons changed Filmic to a subscription model where
Hmm.
it was not cheap. I don't know if it was $10 a month or something like that. So everybody that was using Filmic was like, I don't know about this. And if you'll remember a month or so ago, we talked about Black Magic Camera
Hmm.
from the company Black Magic, and they have a completely free, better than Filmic. I've heard that on podcasts from people that would
I would
know.
agree.
Better than Filmic video recording professional app for iOS. So combined with them doing this whole subscription thing and then Blackmagic Camera coming out, Bending Spoons has laid off the entire Filmic staff. But here's where things get interesting. I saw another article this week. The beloved Ryan Reynolds,
Mm.
who is invested in Mint Mobile, which is a huge success and is, actor extraordinaire. He invested in Bending Spoons. So this article from Impassioned Moderate on Substack.com
Oh, yes, of
uh,
course. That
does
one.
a lengthy look at this company, Bending Spoons, and they have kind of a breakdown that they have purchased many successful apps in the past and then usually switch it over to a ridiculous subscription model.
That's
Some of
kind of, yeah,
them,
they've done it before.
yeah, there's like a image filtering app. You've probably seen some of these,
I
like
used
the,
to use it.
make your yearbook photo, the one that they acquired.
Hmm. The Rimini or whatever is one
Oh
that they
yeah,
have
yeah.
where
Yeah, I
you,
think I had that and they switched it to like $10 a
yeah,
week
it is
subscription.
ridiculous.
Yeah, so like $10 a week for Remini, and then some of the competitors that you've probably heard of, like Facetune is $5 a month, Face App
Yeah.
750 a month, PixArt, those ones all heavily advertised in my Facebook feeds and stuff like that, and have some really cool features. But yeah, this Bending Spoons company is a little sketch, but they just raised a bunch of money, including some of Ryan Reynolds. So we'll see how
Yeah.
that all works out.
It
They
seems like
acquired
they
some
try to
stuff
find a
from GoPro and
struggling apps, buy them,
yeah,
uh, put in all their stuff, and then flick a switch so that everybody who wants to keep using it has to pay them a bunch of money. And they probably do make some money initially, and then people
yeah.
say this isn't worth it, and then they just kill the app and then go get another app. It's like a predatory type thing.
Yeah. It's really a bummer to see because Filmic was great. Maybe Black Magic will hire the Filmic team if they need them. But yeah, another reminder, if you want to up your video professionalism while recording with an iPhone, go check out Black Magic camera. You
Hmm.
can find that over at Not Picks because I made it a pick of the week a ways back. But
Yeah, very good.
Black magic. And you know what is not black magic?
What's that?
Dave's pro tip of the week.
Yeah, this week I was reminded as I keep getting alerts for things that I leave behind that we needed to cover the idea that um, sorry, I needed to move my headset there.
Yes.
I want to connect with people about how to turn on Find My type stuff on your devices. And so I have a website here. There's a link that I'm desperately trying to find. There it goes. So I'm going to switch over to it now. So you can set separation alerts on your iOS devices so that, and it happens to me with my iPad. I leave it in the car. I go into a building or whatever, and I get about, I don't know, 100 feet away, and it goes, "You left your iPad behind." And I'm like, okay, on my watch, or okay, on my phone, whatever. And it's usually not a problem. However, there have been times when I've been at work and I've left my device there, and I get to the parking lot and
Mm,
I start driving away and I get an alert and I'm like, oh, I need to go
might
back and
need
get that
that.
because I need
Yes.
that tonight. So set separation alerts in case you leave a device behind. So in the Find My app, I'll just read through this thing here, but you can turn on well, actually, I'm going to go to it on my device. I can't help myself. So let me go to Find My. And as usual, I'm super uh, set up for this.
Yeah.
I've spent hours practicing it. All right. So you go there, and if you have a wallet or whatever device, I'm going to go into my devices and I'm going to show my Apple Watch. I think I can do that here. Do 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 do. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I already have it set up for my iPad, so we're going to go there. So here we go. Let's see if I can not show you personal information. Okay, so on my device, my iPad, you can play your sound, you can do directions, but look at this one here. Notify when left behind.
Ah.
That is on, and I have it on except for one location, and that location is at home. If I leave it at home, don't notify me because I don't have to take it with me at work, but maybe I have a work computer and I want to put that on to alert me when I'm at home so I don't forget to take it to work. But maybe I'll leave it at work and not have the notification turn on because who cares if I leave my work computer at work? I shouldn't be working at home anyway, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to this thing. You can set it up for your iPhone, iPad, Mac, AirPods. You can get notified. Oh, the wallet too, the Apple Wallet that sticks on the back with. So if you
Oh
forget
yeah.
it's not on there, it'll say you left your wallet at the store or whatever. Man, my wife really needs that thing. Anyway, so I guess I'll go back to Nate. Do you have any of these services turned on for your devices?
So it looks like it defaults too, because it is turned on several of my devices that the same as what you showed,
Mm-hmm.
except for home. So I don't know if that's default. The funny thing is, I don't remember ever getting some notifications for this,
Hmm.
but I went into I've got my little previous pick of the week rolling square air card thing in
Yes.
one of my wallets, and I'm like, hey, if I leave home and I don't have that in my pocket, I want to know. So I removed the except for home on that one because I want to make sure I always have my wallet with me. But everything else I'm looking at, and I have a lot of devices in there,
Yeah,
um, it does show that it is on, except for left at home.
yeah.
Um, so, but that is a very nice feature to have on there. So I double check. Maybe I
Oh,
turned it on at some point.
hate to interrupt. We got some action
Oh,
going on
oh,
here.
oh!
Driveway driveway cam, and I forgot
Does she
to
have lights on her
she's
head?
got blinking lights on her head, and I think she probably did a little dance outside of the car. Maybe I can
Oh,
text her to get back out of the car. Uh,
yes.
uh,
Wave to the camera. Come on,
let's
Val.
see. Do a
Look at your phone.
dance. Hope I'm not disappoint.
Oh, oh, oh no, she's just
Oh,
putting on. I thought she was dancing. She's putting on her seatbelt. She's got her Christmas light hat on. This
yeah.
another great reminder to watch on YouTube because we have got Val in the car with Christmas lights on her head.
Here she
Oh, she's
goes.
getting back out. Yes, and there's a neighbor walking by that's gonna see her dancing
Yeah.
outside the car.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, this is best driveway cam ever.
Oh,
This is why
there
we
it
do this.
is.
Oh,
Oh man, she's doing it.
that is amazing.
Thank you. That's amazing. It looks like my hat. Is that my hat? No, it's not. That's her hat.
Wow.
That's great. Whew, man,
Ah,
you can't you
I
can't
am
buy that for
glad
a
you
dollar.
caught that.
The
That
flashing
is
lights got me.
podcasting excellence right there.
Yeah, so now she's getting ready to leave there. Whew, that was good
Man.
fun.
And I will try to put a link in the show notes on the audio podcast to that spot in the YouTube video in case you just want to go watch that because you hate YouTube and hate seeing our faces for some reason. But
Well, I
wow,
mean, half of
that
us.
was good stuff.
That
That's
was
our
yeah, that was worth it.
breakthrough YouTube moment right there.
Phew, that's
Man.
going to be in the greatest hits right there.
Oh, well, sheesh. I don't even know what we
Where
just
were
wrap it
we?
up there. We're done. That's
we
it.
just
That's all we need.
we
But
just
yeah.
we were getting ready to talk about just the headlines, which was very apropos for this
Yeah.
the driveway cam.
Yes, indeed. Well, thank you for that tip of the week. The Find My app. I was actually setting up some new AirPods for Chelsea
Mm-hmm.
today. And we were looking at the Find My stuff. But yeah, remember about that Find My app and having those notifications when you
Mm-hmm.
leave anything behind because it does happen. Oh, I almost, and this reminds me, I almost left my keys. I would not have gotten far at the movie theater
Oh,
yesterday. But Dave, can you guess what got me to the theater?
did I guess Disney's Wish again?
You didn't guess that. I don't think that was out the last time I
Okay.
went to the
Disney's
movie theater.
Wish?
It was not Disney's Wish. That is a great guess. One of her friends has been telling her she needs to go see that.
Maybe I should go see that tonight. Um, Let me think. Man, I have not been to a movie in almost as long a time as you have. You've been more
Wow.
recently than me. So let me
Yeah.
think. Was it a reissue of an old 80s film?
No.
Okay, well, I'm at a loss. You're just gonna have to
It
let me
is
know now.
it is a re-release of an animated film, a holiday animated film from I don't know 5 years ago.
Okay.
They're doing a special run of the Grinch, the
Oh,
newer animated Grinch from
the 3D animated one?
Illumination. It wasn't in 3D, but
Well, I know, but
um,
it wasn't hand drawn. It was
oh yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yes, yes. But I will remind people that is just a wonderful movie, and it was really cool. I was talking, the mom. It was a big group of her friends from school, and the mom that I was sitting next to, she's like, "We've watched this like every day since Thanksgiving." I'm like, "Oh man, this is our first time of the year." And at the end, she goes, that was so great to see it in the theater. It was pretty packed. There was tons of kids having a great time.
Yeah.
She's like the quality, the animation on that.
The
So,
camaraderie.
um, Yes, yes. That is the advantage to me for the theater
Hmm.
is the having the crowd reactions instead of me in a dark room listening to the audio on my AirPod, watching it on TV by myself. So that's a great way to see a movie. So that yes, that was fun. But yeah, I almost left my keys. They fell off my belt, and but we
Oof.
found them. So.
Good.
Which means it is time for everybody's favorite segment, Just the
TM.
Headlines. And we have got some good ones this week. Settle
Uh,
in,
the car
grab
is
your
gone, by the way.
popcorn. Okay, the car is gone. We've got your lovely Christmas lights out
Yes.
there.
A little
Very,
blown out.
very festive driveway cam. Thank you, Wise. WYZE, which is not a sponsor, but you can find them on notpicks.com. And back to just the headlines.
Oh,
Verizon. Thank you. I like to get that in as many times as possible. Verizon gave phone data to armed stalker who posed as cop over email.
uh, as if
Some
we
of
needed
these we need
another
the
reason.
Debbie Downer sounder on there. Wah,
Yeah, wah, wah,
wah.
wah.
But to make up for it, Tucker Carlson launches his own network, and it's gonna cost ya.
I'm not interested.
Elon Musk restores Alex Jones's X account after taking a poll of
What a
users.
wonderful way to run a business.
Amazon launches free AI classes in bid to win talent arms race.
Okay. I don't know what to say about that.
Nintendo cancels Japanese Esports events following threats to staff and spectators.
Nintendo? Okay.
Can humans have babies in space?
Yes.
SpaceBorn United wants to find out.
I'll help be part of that study.
And
The
finally,
first part, not the birth part.
thieves rob DC Uber Eats driver, reject stolen Android phone for not being
Oh, that's
iPhone.
amazing.
Yes. And those are just the headlines.
Ah, that's
Oh,
hilarious.
yes, yes. Well, on to
Throw
our
it back at their
takes of the
face.
week.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
first one, big, huge, massive, stellar news in the gaming world.
Mm-hmm.
The GTA 6 Grand Theft Auto, for those of you who are not familiar, Rockstar officially unveils first trailer, breaks YouTube record.
Oh, that's not the website.
That's not the driveway cam. Dave,
Yeah,
have you watched the GTA trailer?
I have, and there's even been some things about, oh boy, what did I do here? I broke, speaking of breaking the internet, what did I got? I can't watch the video
There you
without
go.
logging on. Am I 17 or
Oh,
older?
it's got
Yes.
a adult warning on
Oh
it,
boy, just
which it
play
does
the
have
thing.
some slightly inappropriate dance moves, we'll say, in there.
Yeah.
But
So, and that's funny, there was a screen capture from that, and someone was posting it on Facebook saying, "Look at this disgusting behavior," and everybody's like, "That's a digital person, and it's in a video
it's
game."
a
So,
cartoon.
but look at
But
the quality
I
of
know
the
the
video. It's
yeah,
amazing.
I've seen some people doing memes comparing the GTA Vice City, which was also set in Miami,
Yeah.
as this one is, but a massive open world game with just simply amazing graphics. It's been in development for over 10 years. There's rumors that it might cost like $150 when it
Yikes.
comes out. And it's coming in
2024?
2025. So
25.
we've got yeah, over a year before this comes out, but I think the trailer had leaked,
Mm-hmm.
so then they officially released it. But the YouTube record they broke, I saw on X from Mr. Beast himself that
Mm.
this video broke his 24-hour views record that he held previously on
I'm, s-
YouTube.
I'm
So
scared to go through these
yeah, yeah,
the
it's
frames.
Oh, there is. If you can go back to the guy, the prisoner in the orange jumpsuit,
Yeah,
that has a bunch of face tattoos. There is
right.
actually an actual Florida prisoner that told Rockstar Games that they need to talk because he looks very similar to
Interesting.
this character. So he's saying that they're using his likeness, so they need to pay him for that. But
I'm sure there's nobody else on the planet that has
yeah,
face
yes,
tattoos like that.
face tattoos. But yeah, so GTA definitely a on the 18 plus spectrum of
Hmm.
video games. I have some fond memories. I think of like GTA 3 on like the PlayStation 2,
I've had
playing a
five
lot that.
forever on the
Yeah,
Xbox 360, and now I have the Series X, and they're like 5 or 6 years apart. And I remember when my kids are younger, I would let them play with the volume down Grand Theft Auto 5 uh, as a driving simulator. They would just drive
yeah,
around wherever it was and jump off of things and run into people. I fully condone that. I mean, if they're on the sidewalk, they deserve to be hit by a car. So,
yes. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, our next story captured the gaming world and many more people, but this next one captured the tech world. So it was like middle of last week. Beeper announced Beeper Lite, which interestingly
I'm
enough,
sorry, I'm stuck on. I
I
broke.
pel-
I broke it.
I played Sir Mix-a-Lot's Beepers while DJing Friday night by recommendation of a friend of mine that I've met down there that also showed me the GTA 6 trailer. So in Nate's out of podcast world, there's some coincidences, but
Hmm.
the first article. Oh, what's going on with our video there, Dave?
Well, you're just gonna have
Our,
to give me a minute.
give you a minute to get that
There it
adjusted.
is. I couldn't find the
Uh,
right video thing. There
So
we go.
the headline of this article, Beeper, I hardly knew her, uh, which was released yesterday on Sunday, December 10th, was discussing the history of this Beeper app and the Beeper Lite app, which allowed Android users with their phone number to sign up and use Apple's iMessage for
Hmm.
$2 a month with a 7-day trial. And everybody's like, finally, we get blue messages on Android. This is great. There was interviews. I heard an interview from late last week with the CEO of Beeper saying Apple can't break this because if they do, it's going to break things for a lot of other things.
Hmm.
Well, officially on Sunday, because you had posted a link in our show notes thread, there's a new
Yeah.
iMessage for Android app, and it actually works. Well, worked. Apple responds on Sunday via official statement. Oh, too many words. We took steps to protect our users, and they shut down Beeper. And then I saw just before we were recording the show 9 to 5 Google reported Beeper Mini restores its iMessage app for
Oh.
Android and makes it free, but will it last? The problem is now you can't use your phone number, you have to use an email address, so it's not as seamless. And there has been a lot of discussion in the tech world on this. Why don't they just let this app go? And it helps everybody out, makes things more secure. Well, my personal feeling, anything that is available on Android is 100 times more than that, a million with an M times more easily hacked
Oh,
or
wow.
side. You can do side loading, you can do all that kind of stuff.
A
Um,
million? Come on, 200,000 times.
well, it is very difficult on Apple stuff to do that for now, at least. And I think the new app you have to side load it in, which is more complicated. You can't get it right now through the Google Play Store. It might come back, but Apple basically came out and said, "Hey, this is a security issue for us to
Hmm.
have
Totally
iMessage."
intercepted
And
our iMessage.
yeah, and the fact that they were charging $2 a
Yeah.
month probably didn't help anything.
And
So
speaking of Beeper, I hardly knew her. Our producer Todd is
I know.
strangely absent tonight.
I know. Maybe I should. I will send him a text and make sure Make
But
sure he's all right.
it's a little late. I
Previous
mean,
commitments?
yeah, I mean,
Ah,
or maybe he's got more to do with his life than just be a slave to our once a week podcast. I
well,
mean,
come on, come on,
he's
come
probably
on.
at some
What else is there
holiday
to do?
party, is what he's probably at. He and Mark
Just
from the Mark and
making sure
Toddcast.
you are okay.
Yeah. Uh,
Okay, so
blink if you're okay.
yes. So yeah, it's one of those things. It's kind of like, and I haven't talked about it, but the whole a couple weeks ago, everybody, the Sam Altman being fired from OpenAI,
Mm-hmm.
the Chat GPT makers, it was the craziest thing ever. Well, Sam Altman's back. They fired a lot of the board and they're getting some new people in there. It's like these things get so much tech press because they're so desperate for news, and then it gets shut down a couple days
That's what I'm going
later,
to do if
as
I
in
ever
the
get
case of
fired.
Beeper.
I'm going to get the board fired and then get rehired
Yes,
again.
there
So
you
there you
go.
go.
This next one's an interesting little product that you found. The Lenovo Chromebox Micro brings Chrome OS to new markets.
Yeah, this was interesting to me. There's these little tiny PCs that you can
Yeah,
get. There's the Mac Mini, which is much bigger, but there's a lot of little Android things, and I actually have one at work. Oh boy,
yeah,
let me
I've got a couple. What are
little.
the super cheap
Well,
ones?
there's like there's these what are they?
I've got a
Raspberry
couple of
Pi. I've got one up
Yes,
here.
yes. I've got a couple Raspberry Pis somewhere on my desk.
And is it Adreno? It's something. There's another one.
Yeah.
But Lenovo has thrown their hat into the. Got a bug flying around. What the heck? Talk about exciting video
Yeah.
tonight.
Where's the bug cam?
So it's just a little Chromebook without a screen or keyboard. You plug it into your own keyboard and mouse. You plug it into a monitor, and you can. There's a network connector on there, and boom, Bob's your uncle. You've got a Chromebook in the size
Yeah.
of a little credit card computer.
Yeah, the
So I
size
don't know
of
how useful it is, but there you go.
smaller than an iPhone, and they said they developed it for like digital signage and kiosks.
Hmm.
If you've got a menu at a restaurant or some sort of sign where you just want a slideshow, or at a trade show, you'll see these kind of things. So it's kind of designed to go like on the back of a TV. But
And
yeah, they're saying in the article that it's got 8 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage, two USB-C ports, to USB-A ports, HDMI, Ethernet, audio out, and a lock slot so you can lock it in. But $219.
yeah, it's a
What a
little high.
great solution for something like that. Yeah, it's more than like the Raspberry Pis are like $25 or something ridiculous.
So I need to figure
Um,
out. We have digital signage at work, and what we do is we get Amazon Fire Stick, and we
hmm
install an app, and then there's a web service that we subscribe to. It's $10 per screen per month. And you can set up playlists, you can
Wow.
set up schedules, and it puts such and such on this screen, and then at a certain time it changes to this. So it's really handy. But when you start to get five, six, seven screens, that's like you're
Yeah,
approaching
starts at
$100 a month for this thing.
yeah,
So if I could find a way to get a Raspberry Pi or one of these things to do the same thing, but without subscribing to a service, I would
yeah,
be on board. I'd spend probably not $200, but I'd spend like $100 a TV one time for the hardware, and then I could
yeah.
just serve the content. So if you know of anything like that, let me know.
Yeah, and it says here it supports dual 4K displays, which is better than your old laptop. So,
Totally.
but yeah, for $219 to have something like this with Chrome OS on there is a really nice option for something like that instead of buying like a Windows PC. I mean, the Fire TV is a nice option, but you have the subscription price. So,
Yeah.
it does say they can be managed. Remotely. They can be deployed at scale, so you can set up a bunch of them. Like,
Hmm.
if you needed 10 of them, you could just get them set up, put them on the TVs, Velcro them on the back, and Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle. Man, I love that saying. So producer Todd did get back to us.
Yeah.
He says, you said just making sure you're okay, and he sent a photo of a pot with
Oh,
sauce, and he says, making
home.
homemade marinara sauce, and I quote, "Oh my." the show.
Oh my.
Oh my, that's not really what he said. I wonder, Todd, if you,
He
what's he say?
commented in the YouTube. He said, "Wait, you guys record at 6:30 on Mondays now?"
Hey, Todd, this is going to be a little bit delayed, but in the chat so that we can get the social karma, can you let me know if it's okay if I show the photo of your marinara sauce so that everybody can see that? Um,
It does look delicious.
it's okay if you
I
say no.
looks
I
to
mean, it's
see,
fine.
is
But I
that a
don't,
whole
it,
garlic clove?
yeah.
We're gonna wrap this show up and head over to Todd's house
Well,
for marinara.
I ate I ate a late lunch, but I am kind of hungry right now.
Yeah.
So just proof that he can hear me ask this question. I'm waiting for the chat. If I
Yes.
have permission to show. Yes.
Yes, we
LOL.
can show them.
Yes.
Man,
Here we
we had
go.
dancing on the driveway cam and we get
There it
homemade
is
marinara sauce.
in all its glory.
Producer Todd, Mr. Doctor RIP VHS on the YouTubes.
Okay, so
A
we're
real
gonna
piece
zoom
of
in here.
work. Notebooks, the Mark and Toddcast,
Look at that. It
Portland at the
looks
Movies,
delicious.
and
Is there any
homemade
pasta to go
marinara
with
sauce.
this? I mean,
I don't even need pasta. I'll just drink that straight.
he had to run to get fennel seed, which is why I forgot about
Oh,
the
yeah,
show.
that,
Oh,
that happens.
wow.
I forgot about the show once when I was running to get fennel seed.
I don't know. Do we like fennel seed? Is this something that people like to eat? Doesn't it look like the
I
little bugs? Those little bugs? Ah,
Probably, yes. It adds something to marinara sauce.
okay.
I think I like fennel.
Yeah.
But let us get back to some. We've got some security and privacy
Oh, do we
stories.
now?
Yes,
We
yes,
do, do
indeed.
we? Or do we have security and privacy?
I
Do we
don't know.
really?
Do we,
Oh,
Dave?
we do.
Oh, so our own local Oregon senator, who seems to come up quite a bit when it comes to technology
Is
and
this
that sort of
Wyden?
thing.
Oh, it is.
Yes,
I
Senator
spoiler.
Ron Wyden, not to be confused with Earl Blumenauer from Oregon. They look very
Well, they don't
similar,
sound
but
anything alike.
well, I don't listen to them.
No, the
Come
names.
on.
Their
No,
names.
they look similar. They
I
look
see.
similar, but Ron Wyden, he's sent a
Wait,
letter or a statement about Apple and Google.
by looking alike, you mean old white guy in politics?
Old skinny white guy.
Yeah.
Um,
So what? Yeah,
And
what's
I
he doing here?
will quickly remind people, and a couple, I should have said it during just the headlines, but we are the most nonpartisan tech podcast on the internet.
That is true.
Uh,
Prove us
but
wrong.
yes, on this article from Schneier on security, Wyden is in a statement. Apple said that Wyden's letter gave them the opening they need to share more details with the public about how governments monitored push notifications. So we know that Apple strives for privacy, but something that is not encrypted and has to go through Apple servers is push notifications. So that's what he's inquiring about is that Apple and Google, they have all this push notifications. So let's say you use Telegram for secure messaging, but
Hmm.
you get notifications about your Telegram messages. Well, Apple and Google can see that. So
So it says, Nate. Nate said on Telegram, the police are raiding my house right now. So
yes.
Apple can see that notification. That is a
Yes,
security
or
breach.
Dave just messaged, I got away with it. I'm
Yeah.
headed to Mexico.
Yeah. They'll never find the gun I hid in my trash can.
Yes, yes. So Apple said, in this case, the federal government prohibited us from sharing information, the company said in a statement. Now that this method has become public, we are updating our transparency reporting to detail these kinds of requests. And Google said that it shared Wyden's commitment to keeping users informed about these requests. Well, neither
Hmm.
company had said anything because the government had banned them from saying anything about it, which is sketch. A
Very
little
sketch.
sus, if I may.
Hmm.
The Department of Justice did not return messages seeking comment on the push notification surveillance or whether it prevented Apple of Google, Apple of Google, show title, Apple or Google from talking about it. So yeah, a very interesting story. And now that Ron Wyden kind of pressed into it, they can say something. But even more interesting, back to producer Todd. Fennel is good when you're slow cooking something. I'm simmering the sauce for the rest of the night. Then I'll can most of it. My neighbor gave me like 25 tomatoes, and I don't
Hmm.
like fresh tomato. Well, producer Todd, we are in the same boat there. They're the thing pretty much on earth that I am least likely to eat is fresh tomatoes, but a good
Mm,
tomato sauce, delicious.
delicious.
And uh, Dave, we don't try to do this, but it's the news that I find because it always seems to be pretty consistent. That last one had Apple in it,
Hmm.
but this one from TechCrunch, your mobile password manager might be exposing your credentials on
On
Android.
Android, you know,
Yes.
I make it a habit to never allow any web browser. This is just kind of a little sidestep. Any web browser to record my username and password because if that portion gets hacked, they've got all my username and passwords. I know it's probably more complicated than that and it's
Yeah.
encrypted and all that good stuff. But in the same way, you got to be really trustful of your mobile password manager because something like
Yes.
this can happen.
Yes. So there is a vulnerability in the auto functionality of Android apps. Dubbed auto spill can expose user saved credentials from mobile password managers by circumventing Android's secure autofill mechanism. So it and
So this is an
LastPass, all of
Android
them.
problem
It's
at
an Android
the
problem, and
fundamental level.
any password manager because it's when it autofills it into the site that it can be leaked. They
That is
tested the auto spill
garbage.
vulnerability using some of the most popular password managers, including 1Password, LastPass, Keeper, and NPass on new and up-to-date Android devices. They found that most apps were vulnerable to credential leakage, even with JavaScript injection disabled.
You
So
better go to the doctor if you've got credential leakage.
Yes, yes. Get your JavaScript injection. But yeah, so not a good one. Hopefully, Android will be able to get that straightened out and push out an update to what, like 5% of Android phones that still get
That
system
support it.
updates.
Well, and the people who actually notice that there's an update.
Yes, yes, indeed. But with that, let us cleanse our palate after those two fun stories with our bonus odd take. Oh,
Oh,
that's not even when I use the mic.
say that again. I
I mic'd early with our bonus. I did that completely wrong. I'm
Yeah,
so thrown off with the thought of fresh cooked marinara
yeah.
that let
Now
us
it's
move on
time
to our
for our
bonus on
bonus
take.
odd cheek of the week. There, fixed it for you.
And this is a fun one that I came across. This particular link that I have in the show notes from Kamogo.com, and it auto-corrected in the show notes to kimono. It's Kamogo.com. And this is a Windows dialog box. And interestingly enough, it is the same background image that we use for our show art, the Windows XP
Yeah,
background image. But
beautiful.
you open the web page and you just have the little open file box. And if you click on it and drag
Ooh,
it, you will get that wonderful Windows effect where it shadows and creates copies of all of the things. Now, this
can you
isn't
click?
the only thing you will find at Kamogo.com. Now, Dave, if you're able, I want you to go up to the URL, the address bar in your web browser, and it will say Kamogo.com 4.
Okay, well,
I,
watch
switch that
this.
to 3 if you can.
Oh, okay. You don't have to
Yeah,
see
you
it.
don't have to show it. I
Okay,
just want you to type in
okay.
the 3,
Three.
and you'll pull
Okay.
up one of his other lovely tools, generate a Trump speech.
Wow.
Yes, and it says underneath it, using some Markov chain magic and a few of Trump's speeches, we can now generate an infinite amount of Trump speeches. I'm so sorry. Click refresh to make another. And there are some Well, I'll start reading. Thank you, emails. IRS, the heck out of out that rip us economically. They wanted Boeing's secrets. They built a sign of my office. Just one. I don't do a good Trump impression.
Well, hold on. So yours
Um,
is different than mine. Are you reading the
yes,
screen?
yes, I'm reading the screen. So every
Oh,
time it generates a random speech using some of his other speeches.
here, I'll give it a
Um,
go. I did a refresh. Thank you, thank you. We could never have this thing away with China. What they travel in and on
China.
lobbyists for president that happened. It's huge. No, I added that. Because you ever forget, but actually very much everybody I said. What's going to build those guardrails? The last time you so much easier one right on Pennsylvania Avenue, right people? Anyway,
Yes.
I'm sure I messed it up, but that's
So
interesting.
he has got a ton of these little things. If you just hit
Whoa, whoa.
the right arrow next to the question mark under generate, so get back to the Windows dialog box, and then the next one, there's the Silicon Valley idea generator. So
Okay.
yours says Instagram for zombies, mine says Slack for orcs. But he's got, I don't know if it's an, there is a lot of these little different, just random things. So this is like an
YouTube for
ultimate.
dwarves.
Nice. This is an ultimate bonus odd take because he has got a ton of stuff. There's a time zone clock, unclear text, image to color wheel. Um,
Triangles.
there's a progress one where it shows you how close we are to the next minute, the next hour, tomorrow, which is spelled wrong, I believe, the next week, the next month, the next year, Martin Luther King Day, President's Day, July 4th, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. I think it's the one after the one you're on the time zone clock there.
Okay.
But yeah, a bunch
Unclear
of random
text.
things. So if you want to find some fun random stuff, and you can click the question mark just to get a random. He's got a Wikipedia tree, which is where I first found it. It
Oh,
starts at the Wikipedia page for the universe, and one click that shows all the pages that it links to. Then you can click on those pages and so on. You'll be able to eventually get to most Wikipedia pages from this tree. That's number 31 if you want
hmm.
to get there manually.
Wow.
But it is this guy is very creative, has a lot of fun. I believe it is a guy.
Okay, hold on. There, I saw it out of the corner of my eye. There was a
Back,
cat.
back to the driveway cam. Oh, we had
Yeah.
it. Man,
Hmm.
animals dancing. This driveway
Where?
cam tonight is
Oh, he went behind the
providing a
pillar.
cornucopia of entertainment.
We can't see him. There is a guy walking away from his car way up in the top right.
Oh
But
yeah,
there was a cat, and I just caught a corner of it out of my eye. So I apologize for my lack
man.
of,
Oh,
you know,
your lack of attention
noticing.
span. Lack of attention. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
Kamogo .com, and I'm
yeah.
looking on the fact page, FAQ page. I'm not seeing any. Um, why are you doing this? Don't know. I don't really have anything better to do. How often are new pages added? As soon as I finish a new one, usually every sometime. Did you seriously create a FAQ page before having any visitors? Yes, I like to be optimistic. And then he has what time is it and what is the date? But what
This
is
is great.
Kamogo?
I love
Kamogo
stuff
is
like
a
this.
collection of web apps that nobody wanted, needed, or asked for. Every page is a different programming experiment that aims to be more pointless than the last. Ah,
N-
thank you. He
This
he
one,
gets a follow on X for that. I'm gonna go over to X. Oh, Neil Agarwal,
okay.
which
I
I've
do
heard
want
that
to.
name. Oh, he what?
He's
No
your brother?
way.
Your
It's
brother?
Neil.fun. Our
Oh,
many previous bonus odd takes
same
is
guy?
come from Neil.fun, and the website links to his X account because I'm
Huh.
already following him there.
Weird.
Interesting. What a small world in the world of bonus odd takes.
Yeah. So, hey, before we move on, I want
Yeah.
to show one of these worthless web pages that is near and dear to my heart that I found.
Oh, something Star Trek?
No,
Oh,
Horizontify.
oh
Tired of vertical
yes.
videos? Use this tool to turn vertical videos into horizontal videos. It doesn't
Oh,
help you see anything more clearly. In fact, it makes it much worse. But it does technically create horizontal videos. So That's worth
Oh
the price
man,
of admission right there.
I know. I should reach out to Neil Agarwal and see if we could get him on the show because man,
Oh,
he has provided so much fun and entertainment for us.
I would just be a fangirl the whole time.
Yes, yes. Why did you do this one? What made you think of
I
this?
love horizontal phi.
Yes, that's your yeah. And now for Dave's pick of the week, Horizontify. Oh
Yes,
wait, no,
yes,
no. But it is actually time for our picks of the week.
yes. That was nice.
Yes.
Very good. Oh, I'm on. Well, this week, and I actually
Mm,
picked this last week, so I need to get it into my. Uh, Here we go. There's the link. It's not underlined for some reason. Come on, internet. Why
come
can't I
on.
just click on the link? So, I have been on a journey.
What?
I better zoom in here. I've been
You
on a
when
journey.
buying something?
In the bad old days, I would try to buy technology and I would try to glue it together with Alexa. Don't say anything. And there is a disparate number of brands and a hodgepodge of electronics, and they all tried to work together. The problem is you have to use Echo products or the Alexa app on your phone or other device. And I don't like to do that. So, real talk. I've switched over to Apple's HomeKit. And
Mm,
I'm getting very close to changing all of my products. And the first step was to buy new Matter compatible Apple
ooh.
Home Kit compatible. Now, typically Apple's very good at naming conventions. Sometimes they fail. It's the Apple Home app, which works with Apple Home Kit compatible products. And I think the service is just Apple Home. What is it?
I
Just
don't know.
Apple. It said something different. It says something different everywhere you look. Anyway,
Yes.
that I don't know what that problem is, but I digress. But I decided on OREiN Matter Smart Light Bulbs, reliable Wi-Fi light bulb with Matter A19 E26 LED color changing light bulb, 60-watt Equi 8 LMCRI greater than 90, work with Alexa, Google Home, Apple Home, SmartThings, Siri 6-pack.
Woo.
And I got it on sale for $39. I would
Oh
not have
wow.
spent
Nice.
50 on these, so
Yeah.
I got them for like $6 or $7 a bulb. I'm not a math major or anything like that. Got a badge in math, but anyway,
Letter
a
in
letter
math.
and match, a merit letter. The experience has been pretty good. It is so nice to have the same brand. Previously had some Wise bulbs, which were just white ones, and then a Wise color bulb I bought or I got with something else I bought. And then I got some Sylvania bulbs, and they all work great with Amazon Alexa, but I don't want it. I want Apple HomeKit. And some of the advantages to Apple HomeKit, which many of you probably already know, because you're like, "Well, I've already done that years ago, dummy." You can do things like this. Let's just switch over to this camera. So look, I can just put the things right there. I can turn
Yeah.
them on and off right with these little buttons. Or I can open up the HomeKit app or the Apple Home app. See, again, it's so confusing.
Yes.
It's in there, and you can set up rules and timers and all that stuff. So in the evening, all my lights come on. The scenes is what they call it. And then,
Yes.
like, my back porch light turns on, even though I'm never out there. But, as a security deterrent, it turns on. And then, about midnight, it shuts off again. I guess it should stay on all night long. And my front ones turn on like half hour before sunset and turn off a half hour after sunset. You can do this all with Alexa or Samsung SmartThings or Google Assistant. I want to use the Apple products. And years ago, when I started this journey, there were no products for Apple. So that's why I
Yeah.
didn't choose
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Now there are ample products.
Yes.
So next step is a outdoor. switch that I use to turn my lights on. There's a $20 one on Amazon that I hope to get for Christmas. And I'm going to look also into some cameras that are compatible with Apple Home
Oh,
Camera Cloud Storage thing, whatever
yes.
they named it this week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I bought a couple Wise smart light bulbs and I just never really got around. I don't like lights that much. I've got a couple lights on here, but
Hmm.
I like
How do you
light
see things
switches.
with no light? Are you a cat?
My wife and daughter love to have every light on the house on,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, I don't need it that bright. Thank you very much. But I do need to get some smart light bulbs set up. I need to get out my smart switches for our Christmas tree and Christmas lights to be able to turn those on and off and um, all that good stuff. But anyways, thank you for that. Let me get to my pick of the week. Now, this is not something I purchased for myself, but this is the SanDisk 256 gigabyte with a G Ultra Dual Drive USB Type C, USB C, USB 3.1 SDDD C2 256G slash G46 Black. And what that is
Oh,
this right here.
I'm glad you decided to show us because I was not.
Yes. It is a SanDisk little thumb drive, but the nice thing about this is I slide it that way, I have USB-C. I slide the little switch this way, I have USB-A.
What? It's
And I
like
purchased
magic.
this. A family friend had a very old iMac and they wanted to back up their files before they got rid of it. And I said, "Oh yeah, I'll check it out for you." And I was looking, they only had like 100 gigs worth of files. So I was like, I
Mm.
don't need to buy him some nice SSD drive or big old external drive. It's like, oh yeah, thumb drives are a thing. And I got this, I believe it was 1750. It's showing at
Oh,
2150 right now.
that's really good.
Um, yeah, but if you have some files, a small amount of files and you need a thumb drive, and now that we're kind of in this mid world where, newer Macs only have USB-C, I could plug this into my phone
Mm.
with the USB-C and it should show up as, so if you wanted to transfer files between a iPhone 15 and something, I'm guessing it'll
It's
show
only
up in
taken
there.
like 20 years for
Yeah,
iPhones to get this ability.
yes.
I'm glad they have it now, though.
It's not showing up. I don't have the time to figure that out. But
Yeah.
for 2150, I mean, really, for 256 gigabytes, they have other size options for smaller size options for cheaper. But
Mm.
for under 20 bucks, I got this thing, and they have all of their photos and documents and everything from their old iMac right here.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And
so
why do you have it?
uh, they gave me the computer because they were going to have me wipe it to set it up for their
Mm.
grandkids. But once I started looking, I go, this thing's old. It's not going to be getting updates
So it's
anymore.
still in progress.
It's still in progress.
I see.
But, with our theory that one backup is none backup.
That's right, Nate. You can't move forward unless you back up. Behold the power of backup.
And this is one tool that will help you do that. And I will remind people, previous pick of the week, and we oft talk about backblaze.com. I just had a friend that was having some really weird stuff going on with his hard drive on his computer. And it's like, please just sign up for Backblaze. If you have any files on there that you care about, just pay. I think it's $90 a year now, but for that peace of mind of getting your stuff backed up, come on, people.
And I feel
Come on.
sorry for those files you don't care about.
Yeah,
That's so
well, yes,
sad.
yes.
They're
I
sitting
have
there
a
and no one cares.
I have a lot of those. But I will. We do have a Ramazon purchase of the week.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, we do.
And I know I have a sounder there somewhere for that, don't I?
You should, in
I thought I
theory.
did. Hmm.
Well,
There we go. Got it.
there you go. Somebody purchased the Alpha Keeper Money Belt for Travel, RFID Slim Passport Holder Men Women Travel Wallet, hidden pouch under clothes to protect your information, and money travel fanny pack for men, women, bag travel essentials. Uh, And this is just a simple, very slim, fanny pack type thing. It does have the RFID protection on it, which I thought, if you are doing international travel, those pickpocketers are getting smart, and it might be smart to have the RFID blocking material. But $25, I'm trying to think back. I think we had a Ramazon purchase many years ago when we were doing it before of one of these money belts for travel. So
Mm-hmm.
apparently our listeners travel, and when they do, they go to notpix.com and click on that Amazon link before they buy their money belt. I wish I had a reason to buy one of these doing some traveling where I need a money belt, but it looks like a very nice one. I do have a link in the show notes if you want to show the people, Dave, of the Alpha Keeper.
Yes.
And
Let
it
me
it didn't show up as a
get to
link
that.
either.
Yeah. What I have to
What's
like
going on at Apple
drag?
Notes?
Come on, Apple Notes. We need to
You
switch
got a
to
cop. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I had to
Google
hit enter.
Notes.
Now it's yes. Let's switch notes service again.
Yeah, so money belt for travel. And I don't have any data to support this, but I believe that most of our listeners travel primarily to Washington and secondly to Oregon from Washington because
Yeah.
the people who we know listen to the show.
Yes, we
Uh,
are a Pacific Northwest folk or based audience.
yes, and a few from California. And that one guy in Europe that I kept
Yeah.
thinking, who is this person? And it was Spotify who was
And we do
uploading
get
our,
lots of downloads from Australia with
yeah.
Elliot and hopefully others down there. But yeah,
And
very
by a lot, usually one per show.
yes, yes, indeed.
Well, that looks like
But
just a good thing there.
yeah, yeah. So I'm thinking I'm going to add in a Ramazon purchases page on notpicks.com so we can just have them all there in the one
Yeah.
spot. I do put them in the show notes.
Oh,
But you can head to notpicks. Reminder, it is 14 days. You have 2 weeks till Christmas. So if you need to find some gifts for some people or do some Amazon shopping, please head over to notpicks.com
I don't think
when you get started.
I don't think you're looking at it here because
Yeah,
my Wisecam Pan version 2, which is mounted
yeah.
sideways on the wall, reset and was spinning in the background. Did you
Oh,
see it going?
man, I missed it. I
You were just
missed it.
gawking off over there.
I was, as
So
I do.
I don't know why it did that. Sometimes it randomly restarts, hence my desire to get some better quality Apple HomeKit compatible
Matter
cameras.
compatible
Yeah,
cameras.
yeah.
Yes. Well, with that, we have gone one of these. We've gone long once again, but
Yeah,
that's
we've
what the
gone
listeners
just
want. They want
right.
more podcasts. We have gone just right.
Oh, can I
And
do one
so,
last pro tip?
yeah, yeah,
If you want more of us and you want us to do longer shows, just set your podcast player or your YouTube player to zero point 0.5,
oh,
and
yes.
it'll double the length of the
Double the
show.
time.
Yeah, there you
That
go.
is a great pro tip to wrap up this show. Thank you for those that joined us live, that will
Hmm.
watch on YouTube, listen in your podcast player, join us on the socials, do all that stuff. We will see you next week, but get out there and tech better.